girl got on a train one night. She sat down opposite this woman who was sat between two men. She wasn't too bothered about them, except the fact that the woman seemed to be staring at her. But she couldn't quite see because the woman had her hood up. At the next stop, a man got on the train and sat next to the girl. After about 5 minutes, the guy whispered to the girl, "Get off at the next stop with me. It's important that you trust me." At the next stop, the girl got off the train with the man and watched the train speed by. The man then turned to the girl and said, "Thank God. I'm a doctor and that woman was dead." The two men beside her were holding her up. My daughter Maggie always loved to watch the Disney movie The Little Mermaid ever since she found out it was my favorite childhood movie. She would beg me to put the movie in, and when I did, she would always sing along and dance to the songs. I swear she knew the entire movie by heart. You could imagine her excitement when I decided to name my new baby daughter Ariel. Maggie would always sit Ariel next to her so they could watch the movie together. I even heard her whispering to Ariel,
"Where's your tail, Ariel?"
Of course, all Ariel ever did was babble and spit up when her sister asked her that. One day, I was reading the newspaper at the kitchen counter when I heard the shower faucet start to run. I just thought Maggie had decided to take a bath. I heard Maggie sing some song from the movie, when all of a sudden, I hear water being thrashed around. I ran to the bathroom and stood there in horror at what I had found. Ariel was floating in the bathtub, face down, and Maggie was clapping her hands and laughing.
"Go, Ariel, go! Go find Prince Eric and get married."
I woke up as the thunder shook the house, just in time to see the power fade. My dog was freaking out as usual. He hates storms, you see. When the lights go out, he scampers from room to room, his nails going clickety-click on my hardwood floor. I've never seen a pet so afraid of the dark. As I rummaged through my nightstand to find a flashlight, he stopped and yelped. "Calm down, Max, I'm looking for it." I heard his nails against the floor as he found his way back to me in the dark. Finally pulling out the flashlight, I clicked it on to make him feel better. "Come on, Max, I've got the light." Scanning my room with the light from my bed, I caught a glimpse of his nose from behind a bookcase. "Come on, boy, it's okay." He peeked his head out barely, with a look of frozen terror in his eyes, and pulled it back again. "Whatever. I'm thirsty anyway." I got up and stumbled to the kitchen, then stopped dead in my tracks. What lay before me made me nearly vomit. Sprawled across the floor was my dog, splattered in blood. His head had been hacked off. As I tried to recover, I heard the clicking of the nails on the floor approaching from behind me. In Corona, California, there once was a road known by most locals as the Never-Ending Road. Specifically, the road's true name was Lester Road. Now, over 20 years later, the landscape of Corona has changed, and the Never-Ending Road is no more. However, years ago, Lester Road was an unlit road that people claimed became a never-ending road when driven at night. The people who made such a drive were never seen or heard from again. The legend became so well known that people refused to even drive Lester Road during the day. One night, like many teens my age, I drove up Lester Road, but only a short distance, and in my headlights, it did look like it went on forever. Frightened, I quickly turned around, because if I continued up the road, I thought I might never return again. Perpetuation of the legend convinced local law enforcement to investigate. Lester Road took a sharp left turn at its end, and there were no guardrails. Beyond the curve lay a canyon, and on the other side of the canyon was another road that lined up so well with Lester Road that when viewed from the correct angle, especially at night, the canyon vanished from sight, and the road seemed to continue on up and over the hill on the other side of the canyon. Upon investigation of the canyon, dozens of cars were found fallen to their doom, with the decomposing bodies of victims still strapped to their seats. One school day, a boy named Tom was sitting in class and doing math. It was 6 more minutes until after school. As he was doing his homework, something caught his eye. His desk was next to the window, and he turned and stared outside. It looked like a picture. When it was home time, he ran to the spot where he saw it. He ran fast so that no one else could grab it. He picked it up and smiled. It had a picture of the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. She had a dress with tights on and red shoes. Her hand was formed into a peace sign. She was so beautiful he wanted to meet her, so he ran all over the school and asked everyone if they knew her, or had ever seen her before. But everyone had said no. He was devastated. When he was home, he asked his older sister if she knew the girl, but unfortunately, she also said no. It was very late, so Tom walked up the stairs, placed the picture on his bedside table, and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, Tom was awakened by a tap on his window. It was like a nail tapping. He got scared. After the tapping, he heard a giggle. He saw a shadow near his window, so he got out of bed, walked towards his window, opened it up, and followed the giggling. By the time he reached it, it was gone. The next day again, he asked his neighbors if they knew her. Everybody said, sorry, no. When his mother came home, he even asked her if she knew her. She said no. He went to his room, placed the picture on his desk, and fell asleep. Once again, he was awakened by a tapping. He took the picture and followed the giggling. He walked across the road, when suddenly he was hit by a car. He was dead, with the picture in his hand. The driver got out of the car and tried to help him, but it was too late. Suddenly, he saw the picture and picked it up. He smiled. He saw a cute girl holding up 3 fingers.